What's up? What's up? Today's Thursday? What? Nobody told me. I thought it was Friday. I got to do a live stream at 10 o'clock tonight. Oh, shit. It's 10:40 already. Well, fuck it. I'll do it anyway. What's up? What's going on, guys? Yeah, sorry. I totally forgot. Not going to lie. My daughter had her ballet rehearsal for the recital on Saturday. That was fun, you know? And then I had to get the kids to bed. And then I was like, fuck, it's 10:40. Yeah, my kids stayed up till 10:40 because it's summer. You know, let her chill. She starts summer camp on Monday, I think. Thank God. She's been watching a lot of screens this week because, you know, we both work. So, you know, I try to let her hang out in the office and stuff, but she's still like on an iPad. So anyway, she's got summer camp starting Monday. That'll keep her busy. Apparently their goal is to just wear the kids out. Works for me. I'll pay for that shit. Kev believes all gamers should come together. You know, that's kind of gay, dude. Kind of gay. You can come together somewhere else. Not in here. Not on me. Jay, you're just early for next Thursday. Oh, yeah. You know, I didn't think of that. I'm just early for next week. That's right. I just wanted to get a head start. Oh, man. Thank you. It was great meeting you as well. I enjoyed meeting everybody at the show, hanging out, shooting the shiz. If you guys went to the show, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had a good show. Hope you got stuff that you wanted, or found stuff that you didn't know you wanted and then you wanted. That's what happened to me. So, yeah. Cat and Chet going to bed. Going back offshore in the morning. Oh, shit. Yeah, that'll do her. That'll do her. That reminds me, I need to talk to somebody. Talk to Ed. Let's chat tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for the reminder. One of our dealers is a offshore guy. I think he's offshore. He does something. He does something with oil. Level on up. What up, dude? Look at all the channel members are here. Welcome, channel members. I appreciate you guys very much. It was good meeting you as well, David. Very, very much. Did you ever figure out, wasn't there something you were asking me about a fidget or something? You had, that was you, right? You had a fidget from somebody, Machine Wise. No, you weren't asking anything. You were just showing it to me. How's that going for you? I thought it was pretty good, actually, for a, you know, first design from somebody, you know. Projectiles are sharp. Not on me. Not in here. Yeah, exactly. You can come together somewhere else. That's for sure. Did you sell all the small boys at the show? No, we came home with like 5. We had a few left. But that was it. It looks like the drop for the small boys is going to be on the 26th at 1 p.m. Eastern. So that's what I'll say for now. That might change, but that's what I'm hoping. I'm going to do the QC this weekend. I got some dudes coming, local dudes coming. See? Shit. I got dudes coming on Saturday. That's not good. I have dudes helping me with QC on Saturday. That's how I'll word that. I got dudes helping me with QC on Saturday. So I'm hoping to start shipping the dealer ones Monday, and then that should, I should get them all there by the end of the week, and then that would give them, the rest of the next week to promote it, and then the drop would be on the 26th. So that's the plan. Currently, what's today? The 11th? Yeah, I think that would work. Showed you that fidget. Yeah. How you liking it? People I've shown it to love it. Good. Bobtism, what up, dude? Says, hey again, all. Is the Jack Sparrow the black carbon? Yes, sir. The Jack Sparrow is this one. Racha. That's your Jack Sparrow. I did find something out. So these will not come with wire clips in the box. So usually what we do is we ship the knives with the milled clip installed and then wire clips in the box, right? But Kubi did not put the wire clips in the boxes. So we paid for the wire clips, but did not get the wire clips. And I'm not going to let that hold me up. And then I thought about it, okay? So hear me out, guys. Hear me out. We paid $2,400 for the clips, the wire clips. So we paid $2 per wire clip. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, right? Because you're like, yeah, it's $2, but that's $2,400. You know what I'm saying? That's actually a good amount of money. That is more than it costs for us to get the booth at Blade Show, right? So here's what we're going to do. What up, Knife Standards? How's it going, dude? So what we're going to do from now on is we're going to ship the knife with the milled pocket clip installed. Like 95% of you are going to carry it, right? Pretty much everybody is going to carry it with the milled clip. So, spending $2,500 for wire clips so that 10 people can use it is kind of silly, right? I feel like it's kind of silly. So I had Kubi send me like 25 clips in each finish, right? Wire clips and screws. And then we're just going to ship them without the wire clips. I'm not even going to say anything. Obviously, I'm telling you guys, but we're not going to like send out an email. We're not going to do anything because I don't want to open a can of worms. I've done that before. Ask me how I know that you shouldn't do that. And if anybody reaches out and says, hey, man, I got my SmallBoy and, man, there's no wire clip in here. What the Kev? You bastards. You didn't give me a wire clip with my knife? I paid $230 for this knife, and now I don't have a wire clip. I'm going to take you to court, right? So if I get served papers to go to court because I didn't give a guy a wire clip with his knife, then I'll be like, yo, dude, how about I just send you a wire clip? And then he'll be like, cool, thanks. And then I'll send him a wire clip. That's what I'm thinking. What do you guys think of my plan here? My theory my theory on this is that I will spend less than $2,500 shipping free wire clips around. That, you know, or I could spend the $2,500 on the wire clip. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm sure nobody's even going to, you know, like, I doubt we're going to hear anything about it. We'll probably just have a couple of dudes who are like, hey, man, there's no wire clip in here. And then I'll be like, all right, here's a wire clip, you know, easy. So I can order a few of them. So basically, I ordered 25 of each finish that I would need. And it came out to like 200 or 400 clips. Like, it was a lot of clips, actually. Maybe it was 200 total. And then we'll see. Once I told them to send me the medium size ones, because there's like short ones, long ones, medium ones. So I was just like, just send me the medium ones, and we'll see. If I run out of those quickly, then maybe I'll just order a bunch more. But I'm guessing I'm going to have those 200 clips for a couple years. So that's what we're doing with the wire clips. Just wanted to let you guys know, in case you're a diehard wire clip guy. You know, we're not going to leave you in the cold. You're just going to have to contact us, and we'll send you the clip. All right? Okay, I'm going to shut up about that. I'm sure you guys don't want to hear about it anymore. I think I have 20 wire clips around here, to be honest. Yes, that's the other thing, right? You probably already have a bunch of wire clips from us anyway. So, you know, I don't really see the point. Maybe I'll ask the dealers when we do a model like the Growler or something, if White Mountain Knives wants to keep including the wire clip. Great, they can, right? But when we do it, we're not going to include the wire clip anymore. It's just silly. You know, sometimes you do stuff and you think it's awesome. And I do think it's awesome. You know, when somebody gets the knife and they're like, man, I really don't like this clip, or they bend it or something, you know, they have a backup. They can just throw a wire clip on. But it's not worth the cost, basically. Anyway, the other thing I would mention is, you guys probably don't expect this, but on the tall boys, we included like extra studs. They didn't always make it in the box because Kubi screwed that up too. But like, if you had a purple Nurple, right? Like, you had this version with the purple anodized thumb studs, which look dope, which is why we did it. But for some reason, maybe you don't like the extra purple on the blade. We included satin studs so you could match it to the blade. So basically, you know, you would get this knife and then you would get a set of studs this color, right? We didn't even think to do that this time. It just, you know, didn't even think about it. And again, that would probably cost us a couple bucks for every set. It's just not worth it. If there's somebody out there who has to, you know, they really don't like the purple. I don't know why you'd be buying a knife with purple stuff on it if you don't like purple, but whatever. You know, we probably have satin studs laying around. I can send somebody a set. Same deal, right? Basically, contact us if you have a problem. We always are happy to help. Yeah. So the moral of the story is we're giving you less stuff. I'm just kidding. You get an extra sticker instead. You guys like stickers better than wire clips and thumb studs, right? I thought this had switched to a crypto channel. Nah, that was a while ago. I got over that. That was just a little hobby I had. Got over it. Back to knives. Sorry for the inconvenience. Oh, that reminds me. Have you guys checked out Weld and Carry? So there's a YouTube channel. I'm going to look them up, actually. because I actually had not heard of him before, and he hit me up. Weld and Carry, is that how it's spelled? Yep. So let me share this. So he hit me up because his channel got hacked like mine did. So oh, there you go. I was hacked, but we are back. Here you go. I guess he tells the story. Looks like a younger guy, which is cool. And yeah, he reached out because I guess he found out that the same thing happened to me. Somebody probably told him. And so I gave him all the information I could, tried to help him, obviously. And luckily, he got his channel back, and he's good to go. So give this kid a follow. He's only 20, it turns out, which is awesome. So I'm going to put his channel here in the comments. Go ahead and give him a follow. I told him I would send him a SmallBoy. So I'm going to send one out to him to review, check out, whatever he wants to do with it. I just thought, in honor of him getting his channel back, we'll send him a SmallBoy. Try to send the positive vibes, keep them rolling. But yeah, check him out. Weld and Carry. Looks like he has 10,500 subs. I mean, that's awesome. I don't know if he's mainly a shorts guy or is he a video guy? Probably both, I would guess. Lots of shorts here. Let's see. Videos. Do we have videos? Yeah, we got videos. Okay, nice. Awesome. This looks cool. Oh, this is the hey, what the hell? I ordered a purple one. Or is that the original one? I got the new one with the clip and shit. I think this is the old one. But it turns out it's like right hand only or something. So the Rivery one, it's right hand only, which kind of sucks. So I'm probably going to put it, I did a Kickstarter because Kev, Knife Nerdery, I'm in a group chat with him and he was showing it and it looked cool. I like magnets and shit. So I thought it would be cool. I didn't realize it wouldn't be, I couldn't flip it over to Lefty, like just flip the blade over. That's usually the case. You can't do that, but I don't know. I didn't think about it. But I figure I could just put it down in the kitchen somewhere and we can use it. My wife can use it to open boxes and shit. Maybe she'll like it. Yeah. Everyone was talking good about Weld and Carry a Blade. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. I'm getting a Ripley Todd, one of the leftovers from Blade Show. Okay. Awesome. He got his channel back. Yes, I totally agree. It is awesome. Is there a list of all the variants of the SmallBoy so I can drool while I wait for the drop? Yeah, so I was thinking about showing you guys. Do you guys want to see all the versions tonight? I could get them, and I was going to do a video unboxing all of them to show you guys all the versions. I'll probably still do that. I was going to wait till after we did the QC so I have the date locked in. But if you guys want to see all the versions, I can go through them all for you. It might just take a minute. But let me know if enough of you guys want to see that. We can spend an hour doing that. Crypto Kev. Hell yeah, dude. Crypto Kev. I love it. He got hacked, I heard, and you helped him. Yeah, I mean, he hit me up. I helped him however I could. I don't know. I'm sure other people said the same thing I did. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just glad he got his channel back. Lion, not a sheep. Sup, dog? Paul Mills, awesome. Oh, is that the Ripley thing? Was that you talking about? I'm getting a Ripley Todd. Oh, that's kind of cool. So StreamYard is now, they're graying out the comments if you already clicked on it. I kind of like that. Makes it so you know you already read that, you already clicked it. Kev. Oh, yeah, what up, Casey? Mock to you tomorrow. Yeah, so guys, the Tempest Knives Mach 71. I always want to say 21. The Mach 71 is dropping on, I believe, the 19th, Casey said. Let me see if it's up on his website now, and I can show you guys. He might not have had time yet to get those up. Oh, he's got a video up on it. But I don't know if they're on there yet. I don't see them. Oh, yeah, they are. Sorry. So here, guys, I'll share this. You guys can check it out. This might be my favorite model from Casey so far. It has a very nice hollow grind. So as you guys know, I love hollow ground blades. And every time Casey drops a knife, I tell him, dude, you should put a hollow on this. Well, he doesn't really like hollow grinds, right? He's kind of the opposite. He likes a flat grind because it's a very smooth cut. You don't have any of that kind of choppiness you can get with hollow grinds. You can kind of get bound up a little bit sometimes. So, I get there's a give and take. But the prototype, I think I first handled it at Blade Show last year. It's got an insane hollow grind, like just really, really good is what I'm trying to say. And then it's a cool design. I think that was going to sound bad, so I didn't say it. But I was going to say for Casey, it's a very unique design. What I mean by that is Casey has all his knives are unique. They're original. But he usually has a blade shape he likes, right? And a handle shape he likes and whatever. And then, we kind of see combinations of it. And yeah, so like if you look at the icicle and you look at the downdraft, I think they're similar. They're not the same. They're similar. And the icicle is more premium. I'm sure it's a different size. They have other differences, but I look at that and I go, okay, that's a Tempest knife, right? Immediately. Now I kind of do the same thing with this because of the blade window, but this looks unique to me compared to any of his other stuff. I feel the same way about the Tornado. So the last couple releases have been, in my opinion, his best work so far. And I'm trying to make a compliment here. Hopefully it comes across that way. But yeah, it's a really cool knife. It's all titanium, so you're not going to see any camo carbon or anything, which I think Casey is happy about. We see a lot of camo carbon these days. You guys know we love it. You're going to see a shit ton of it on the small boys. So if you need some titanium in your life, the Mach 71 is going to be your ticket. You got the Stealth Edition with the acid wash and the dark wash, looking pretty sick right there. I'm guessing this is just the lighting that kind of looks teal, but I think that's either blue or it just matches the dark wash. Very nice. There you go. It's blue. Very nice blue accents on that one. Then you have the X1 edition, which I'm guessing means what? Is it all blacked out? It's really hard to tell with. No, that looks like a belt satin, right? Let me see. Blackbird edition, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, Bead Blast titanium, satin. I really like the pictures he took on the stump. That looks good. Belt satin blade. Yeah, okay. So Bead Blast with belt satin. So this is a really good version for modders. So if I was Casey and I had a bunch of these, I would contact Way of Knife and I would offer up you know, at least a handful of these suckers and be like, hey, you know, you want to buy some of these, and then they could pimp them out and sell them. And then you have the Blackbird. This is the one that I wanted to check out. I think is the one he sent me, is this one. It was either this one or the acid wash one. But I think the acid wash one is like a limited edition type deal. This one is, he calls it the Blackbird because the color combination, and I think it has something to do with the actual Mach 71, the plane. He says right here, this is the version that most closely resembles the plane that inspired the design, the SR-71 Blackbird. So that's sick. Trying not to curse here. That's sick. Good size as well, you know, just under 8 inches. So she said 3.4 inches of blade length, 3-inch cutting edge. Yeah, I just think, you know, 0.48, so nice and thin. It's not going to feel thick or anything. You got a PVD handle, Cerakote clip, backspacer, and screws. They're all bright red, which is wild. And then you have S90V, of course, with a, what is the finish? Is it a stone wash? Oh, it's DLC. DLC, yeah. The lighting just makes it hard. And that's just in general, like you can't photograph knives. Like, it's just difficult. We struggle with the same thing. And then, you know, you're like, can you see? Like right here, you can tell this is DLC. Now that I know, it's obvious. Right here, I just thought maybe it was a hand satin or stonewash or something. Anyway, that's the Mach 71. Really looking good. I'm excited about it. Drops on the 19th. I'll have one in here soon to make a video for you guys to check it out. Looks like he did get the bearing size. I was gonna take one apart for him to get the bearing size, but I think he figured it out. The small boys are the same size, Casey, if you're still here. They're the 5mm 3/64. I just did this last night. Check this out. So I took a Wakanda Forever and I put a Zircuitai kit on it. This time with the small boys, we ordered, I think I ordered 50 Zircuitai kits. So I wanted to make sure we had plenty of Zircuitai kits. Hopefully that's enough. Also, there's a whole version with Zircuitai on it. So I'm thinking between the 50 of those knives and the 50 kits that there should be enough. We did sell a bunch of the kits to Blade City at Blade Show that they had on their whatnot. But I assume that's gonna, you know, it's gonna go into the demand. So we should be fine there. Let me try to catch up. Maybe a Jack Sparrow just for the name. Yep, got the Black Pearl camo carbon. But yeah, check it out. The Zircuitai looks sick on the Wakanda. I think it would look good on the Nurple as well with satin. And then I have a purple crystallized tie kit that I want to put on the purple Nurple. So I don't know. I think the Zircuitai would look good on any of these, honestly. And the purple crystal tie, it's kind of more like pink. That is probably going to look good on this, and it would definitely look good on this, and it would look good on this too. So we have a smaller amount of the crystal tie. I think I did 15 blue and 15 purple crystal tie, 50 Zircuitai, and then we have like 20 purple titanium kits, and then we have a whole bunch of other ones like blue, regular titanium, bronze, regular tie, DLC, PVD, black wash, stone wash, dark wash. So there's tons of accent kits available for these knives. And as usual, they're not very expensive. So like if you pick up a purple titanium accent kit, like maybe you love this carbon, but you want this purple on it, you know, you buy the knife and then the kit is like $35. for regular titanium is $35. For crystal tie, I think we're going to charge like $60 or $65, somewhere around there. I don't think it'll be $59 maybe. I'll figure it out. And then the Zircuti is the most expensive, obviously, but you get a Zircuti clip, you get a Zircuti backspacer, you get Zircuti pivot collars, and you get Zircuti thumb studs. And I think we're charging $90 for the kit. So $90, and you get all that. Go check anybody else's website for his full Zircuti kit. I don't think you're going to find one for $90. For the most part, you're probably just going to get a clip for $90. You might get a Zircuti clip for $90. Probably going to be more like $100. Now, if it's Chad Nichols, that's different. Then it should be that much. That stuff is expensive, but if it's, just Zircuti, which is this stuff, not the Chad Nichols variant of it, which is a little different. How do I enter the giveaway? What giveaway? What giveaway are you talking about, Justin? I haven't mentioned a giveaway. Did I have that somewhere in a description or something? Where does that QR code go? Does it go to a giveaway? I don't know. I haven't mentioned any type of giveaway at this point. And yeah. Shane, did you see Donnie at the show? Let's see. Shane, did you see Donnie at the show, man? Huh? People want to know, dog. People want to know. Let me skip ahead a little bit because I just ranted for like 20 minutes. Your reaction to my Bob T made my weekend. Oh, you're Bob Terzula. Yeah. Very nice knife, sir. Did you guys sell all the Mega Blades at Blade Show? I saw the Binge V2 at Blade Binge's booth on Everyday City Carries channel. I can't wait for the Binge. Might be my favorite duo. So, Nick, let me hit you with a rant. All right, so on the Megas, yes, we actually sold all the Megas at the show. We brought one back. Actually, funny enough, the Zircuti one, that was the last one we had left, the Mega Growler and Zircuti. But our buddy Rick over at EDC Knife Collection, I think that's his channel, he actually picked it up when we got back. He messaged me during the show and was like, hey, if you got it left after the show, I'll take it. So we sold it to him. So, yeah, we sold all the Megas. We only had 6. But, considering the prices on them, I'm satisfied. Like, I'm happy that we moved them all. We've decided that we are going to do the Mega Boy for sure. I believe. Now, don't hold me to this yet because, I got to confirm it with him for sure. But I'm pretty sure the Mega Boy, which is the 11-inch version of this, is going to be a TPK exclusive. So Austin seemed like he was really interested in the Megas. And so I reached out to him, was like, hey, dude, if you want, you could do the Mega Boy as an exclusive for traditional pocket knives. So sounds like he's in. And then the Mega Growler would be White Mountain knives. Now, the Mega Growler is a little bit more ridiculous. So I think we're going to do it. But I'm not 100% sure yet. We have the Growler V3 dropping next month. So let's get through that. And then, we got to order Mini Growler V2, Growler XL V2. somewhere along the line, you know, we'll make a decision on the Mega Growler. But it might just be a little too ridiculous. I'm not sure yet. The Mega Boy is actually like a usable knife. Like it's a genuinely good knife in my opinion. And I don't even have the largest hands. Like I have, you know, a large glove size hand, or as my buddy Jake would say, a medium. Fill it out real good, medium. So even that, I carried the Mega Boy and it was fine, you know. So I think if we do carbon fiber versions to keep the weight down, you know, obviously we'll do some titanium and shit because people will want that. But anyway, also we did get pricing from Kubi on the Megas, which is good. So I can confirm that we should be able to keep the price point. I can almost like guarantee it'll be under $400. So it might be less. It might be like quite a bit less than that. I think it's going to be between $300 and $400, let's say. And we're talking about 11-inch knives. Okay, so these are 6-inch handles and 5-inch blades. So you have to understand. I know that between $300 and $400 sounds like a lot, you know, but we're talking about these materials. So S90V. Well, here, let me put the Zerkatai away. You know, we're talking S90V. We're talking camo carbon or titanium, right? So a premium handle material, a premium blade steel, and all titanium hardware construction, right? The only thing on here that obviously is not titanium is the inset lock bar on the Megas. This actually has a liner. So I think if you have normal common sense, I think you can look at a Mega Boy and go, okay, I understand why it's $300 to $400, right? And honestly, I don't think that's a bad price at all. Most knives, if you go look them up in that size range, are going to cost you more than that. For instance, the Reich knife that kind of gave me the inspiration for doing a giant knife is like $1,000. Now it's way more intricate and stuff, you know. But point is, usually they're going to be very, very expensive because you could fit like 4 of these inside of a Mega Boy, right? So if you think about it, you know, it doesn't cost 4 times as much as this. It'll probably be like a little less than twice as much. So there's my justification on the Mega Boys. I think getting the prices from Kubi actually makes me want to do it more. So I think the prices are good. Okay, so that answers the first part. The second part is about the Binge large that you saw at Blade Show. So I want to be clear about the large Binge. The prototype that they had at Blade Show, it gives you the idea, but it doesn't accurately like show like it in hand. It's not going to feel the way that knife is going to be in production. So when we first took the Binge and made it large, do I have a Binge somewhere? It's in my knife case, I guess. When we first took the Binge and did a large version, we basically just upscaled it, right? We scaled it up. So sometimes that works, like the big boy, the small boy, the Mega Boy. Those all, like, we proportionally sized it up. Those work. They feel really good in the hand. They make sense proportionally and everything. The Binge, on the other hand, does not work that way. When you take the Binge and you make the handle taller, right? Mainly taller, but also it made it a little wider, right? It felt, I hate to say this, but it felt kind of like a turd in my hand, okay? If you go watch, I have a video unboxing the prototypes. Just search like Binge V2 or Divo Binge. You'll see my prototype video unboxing the new the V2, which is perfect. The V2 is perfect, but the large Binge, yeah, it just kind of felt like a turd in the hand. Like I tried to justify it. You can see my struggle in the video, but ultimately it needed another round of prototyping. So what we have done is we kept all the dimensions the same as the standard Binge on the handle. We kept it the same height and we kept it the same thickness, but we made it longer. Okay. So the blade, I think, is the same height as the original. I think I might have tried to stretch it up just a little bit. But then I feel like that caused other issues. So I don't think we did that. So basically we just took the Binge and we lengthened the handle and the blade, but we kept everything else the same. And to me, that's going to work much better than just scaling it up. So hopefully that makes some kind of sense. I'm really excited about the large Binge because it's still not massive. It's like 3¼ inches instead of 2.9. You know, it's like it's still going to be a very good sized EDC knife. I know Blade Binge is excited about it. I've been trying to get them to just order the V2 because I love that smaller size personally. But they really want to do the large first. So as soon as the prototypes get here, which they should be on the way to me, Kubi showed us the prototypes, said they were done. I immediately noticed they fucked up. They fucked up the ano colors we asked for. They fucked up the carbon fiber we asked for. But I don't want to waste the time having them fix it. I'd rather just get them. They're just prototypes, but like they did the ano instead of teal, they did green. Instead of shit, what was it? What was the handle material we wanted? Oh, we wanted dark mode camo carbon, which is like Brittany camo carbon, but it's a little bit different. I think it has a little bit more of the teal in it or something. And they used black pearl for some reason. And then there was one other fuck up with a finish or a color ano or something. So hopefully they don't go and redo the whole thing. I told them just ship them to me. I just wanted you to know you fucked up. So you pay more attention next time. But yeah. Anyway, that answers that question. Sorry, I told you it was a little bit of a rant. Are you still going on about this coming stuff, dude? Man. So you should change your name from Someway to Comeway. Gay. Got him. Oh, here he is. Yo, what up, dude? Cheers, brother. Glad you got your channel back. I told everybody to go subscribe. A bunch of people were saying you're awesome. So that's always good. People aren't talking shit on you, It's a good sign usually. Slick Knife Lover. What up, dude? He says, hey, Kev, what Divo most resembles the Ire? I like that style, but love your colors. Anything close? What the hell is an Ire? What's an Ire, dude? Is that Ire? Is that the fuck? Is that the one that Kunwu OEM'd? I had a prototype, I think, a long time ago. Something Mind, right? Is it that one? I think it's that one. Let me just search. Somebody's going to tell me, probably. Let's see if somebody tells me. Is it one track mind? Is that that's it. One track mind. Is that or minded? One track minded? I don't know. It's something like that. I have a memory of ire. It's either that or Mike Erie. I know that. The blade finish guy, the mirror polish guy, right? Casey says regular DLC. Okay, we can see how far behind I am. J1 Doobie. That's awesome, dude. Oh, Cumway's out. He must have missed my Cumway joke. Damn it. Well, have a good night, man. Dreaming about dudes coming. Marceau says my pool vac needs a Timascus kit. Nah, dude. Listen, dude. We don't put Timascus on anything, let alone a pool vac. All right, you got to use Zircuti. All right, there's a difference. There's a difference, sir. I prefer Zircuti over Timascus. So get it right, boy. Black DLC on my Wakanda Forever to swap out the purple hardware. I did get, Kelly, I did order like 10 or 15 DLC kits just for you because I was thinking about the people who were going to be like, man, you went back to the purple hardware. Here's my theory. Back to my theories. I promise this won't be a long rant. I bet you there's more people that want a Wakanda Forever with black hardware accents on it than there are who want the Wakanda with purple accents on it than the people who want it with black. So as a company, I guess, if I was thinking about making the most money, which we don't think about, we could have just kept doing the black accents on the Wakandas and then selling a bunch of purple kits, because we always sell a shit ton of purple kits because people want to switch it to purple from the black or the DLC. But I thought it made more sense to just do it in purple, and then we would offer a DLC kit for the 10 of you that want to switch it from purple to black. That's my theory. And honestly, I do think we'll sell more of them with the purple than we would if we kept it black, because it just pops. You know what I mean? Hopefully that made some sense. But anyway, we got you, Kelly. We got you covered. We got you covered. If you want to see the hardware, the bag of hardware that I ordered, I'll show you guys the hardware for the small boys. So these bags have to weigh like 5 pounds each. This one is full of accent kits, I think. Is this the accents? I think so, yeah. Yep. So these are all of the accent kits that we're going to have available. Like, look at this fucking bag, dude. And this is all the extra hardware. So that way we can take care of your knife when in a couple of years you have a screw that strips out or something. I apparently ordered a metric fuck ton of it because it was the largest order we'd ever done, right? We've never ordered this many knives. The saloon was 850, I think, 850. And this one was 1,200 knives. So I was like, how many fucking hardware kits do I need? How many accent kits? So, I went a little heavy-handed. Let's see. Now, I only ordered 10 DLC, Kelly. So, yeah, if you're gonna need that DLC, you know what I'm saying? Hit your boy up. Hit your boy up. Because I cannot guarantee I will have it. Let's see. I ordered 5 in PVD, though, so you could swap it to PVD still if you couldn't get DLC. But obviously, then it wouldn't match the screws, which, We also got blackwash. Here, I'll show you. This tells you everything we got. I don't think there's anything on here you can't see. So, 50 Zircuti. Then there's the... oh, no, these are the actual hardware kits. So I ordered 20 like screw sets, you know what I mean? It's got the liner and the stop pin and all that shit. I ordered 20 satins, 15 DLC, 10 DLC polish, 10 stonewash, 5 bronze. What? 5 bronze? Oh, maybe to match the DLT versions, but I don't think the whole hardware was bronze. So I guess I got some bronze fucking hardware. There's only 5. 5 PVD, 5 blackwash, and 5 darkwash. Of course, oh, there is stonewash. Okay, good. Yeah. And then there's 50 Zircuti, 20 purple titanium, 10 DLC, 5 PVD, 5 blackwash, 10 bronze. Why did I do 10 bronze? 10 blue titanium, I guess. 15 blue crystal, 15 purple crystal, 5 dark wash, and 5 stone wash. So that's all the hardware. Then I have all the versions here, which I guess nobody said they wanted to see them, right? Or maybe I didn't get that far yet. Isn't it past your bedtime, Casey? Yeah. Yeah, what the heck, dude? Casey's texting me. He's probably pissed because of what I said about the Mach 71 sucking ass. Why not just rename Kubi Divo? You guys gonna keep them so busy? Yeah, you know what? Actually, Fred, I tried to get them to give us better terms or something, like not better pricing, but I was like, can we do 20% up front, or like some of the OEMs like Concept, they do 30, and then 40 within 30 days or 60 days or something. So like you pay 30 up front, 30%, then you pay another 30% when they're done, and then they ship them. And then you have like a month, or it might be 6 weeks or something, to pay the final 40%. So basically, they let you get them and sell them, and then you can pay them the final 40%. That would be nice if Kubi could do that. Because of the amount that we're ordering and because of all the dealer exclusives, it makes it really tough, right? So I have to invoice the dealers when the knives are ready, because we don't have the cash flow to pay the balance, because it's such a massive order. So yeah, it'd be nice if they could work with us on that. It's like, but they say they need it for the materials or whatever, so they can't do anything. And I'm like, all right, we only bring you more business than anybody, but whatever. And we've probably brought them like at least 20 different projects from other people. You know what I mean? Retro Ryan, what up, dude? Did we talk the binge yet? Yeah, I did a rant on that. Oh, you were here for that. You were probably here for that, dude. Oh, you got lucky, man. I got sidetracked watching your video this afternoon and forgot to comment. Okay. I just bought some materials for some custom builds. The material itself costs $1 an inch. What? So the larger the knife, the more. Yeah. Yeah. Now I will admit that in the past, I've been guilty of saying that doesn't matter in production, but there is a limit to it. So like, if you're talking about a 7-inch knife up to like an 8-inch or 9-inch knife, the difference in the price is not that much, right? Unless there's something substantially different, like, one's thin as fucking, one's thick ass Midgard, but all things being relative, like the price of the small boy to the big boy, there's not much of a difference. The big boy does cost more, but it's not a massive difference. But once you get to like really small and really big, there is a difference. Like it's less with a tiny one and way more with a big one. But if that's what she said, but if you're like in the middle somewhere, it doesn't really change all that much. So that's why I always thought it wasn't really a thing, because we'd always made knives in that 3 1/4 range, 3-inch, right, 3.5 range, and the price didn't vary by size. But once you go to 4.5, 5-inch blade, or you go down to a 2-inch blade, it does. So it is a big guy knife or a meme knife? So that's the thing, Bob. That's why when it comes to the Mega Boy, I think it's a big guy knife. When it comes to the Mega Growler, I think it might be a meme knife. And that's where I think I might have to draw the line. I don't know. Maybe we could change it to like 4.5-inch blade or something. Try to bring it within reason. But who knows? What up, Taylor? Taylor's in the house. Is anyone's member emojis not working? You should have them, unless they deleted them or something. Yo, what up, dude? Terry in the house. Zach stuff in the house too. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I think he gifted some stuff. My bad, dude. Totally forgot. Zach stuff gifted 1 Lefty EDC membership. Let me see if I can get my thumbs up fireworks going for Zach. What the fuck? No, there's 2 here, sir. Thank you. Shout out to Zach. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, man. And Casey with the 5 bones. Thanks, Kev. Everyone have a good night. Later, Casey. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the 5 bones. As a small man, I almost cut myself. That's hilarious. It was sloppy, slow, and I was a bit afraid. What was sloppy slow? What the hell does that mean? Those megas were dialed in. I'm not sure if he meant it that way. Level on up. That's weird. Thanks, Kelly. Okay, something's going on there. I'll let you guys figure that out. Yeah, I'm way behind. On the binge, do the V1 with the extra deployment flipper and you got to win. That's what I said. That's the V2. We prototyped it that way. So the V2 it's ready to go. It's dialed. But Blade Binge wants to do the larger one first. I don't know why. Because we already did the regular one. I know why. I personally just want the V2 because I love the binge the way it is already. One track mind. Yep, exactly. Okay. Which Divo looks the most like that? I don't know. I'd have to look at the ire again. I'm not sure. I don't remember what it looks like. I'll try to look it up in a second. Thanks, Lefty. I appreciate you doing that for me. Wish I would have introduced myself at Blade Show. It slipped my mind. Glad to have made it to one of your lives. I have been subbed for a while. Oh, sick, dude. Thanks, man. I appreciate you, man. And hopefully I'll catch you next year at Blade Show. It's a big-ass show. And we were actually in a pretty shitty spot, to be honest. We're going to move again, unfortunately. The Zorn. Yeah, if that's the new one, I think the newest one from One Track Mind I saw looked really nice. All right, let me try to look it up so I don't forget, because I will. Let me put these knives down. We'll see if we get to that or not. I'll definitely do a video unboxing all of them. One track. Nope. One Track Mind. Uh-oh. Well, the SEO is not good on his website, I guess, because it doesn't even come up. Let me try knives. Knives. All right, well, that helped. But I'm guessing you want your website to come up when you search the name, you know. All right, so this is the Kelpie. That looks more like a, I don't know what that looks like, but let's see. You wanted the ire. Excuse me. Oh, the ire. Okay, I kind of remember this now. I don't know. If I had to tell you which Divo it is similar to, I don't think it's really similar to any, but the Stout, I guess. Stout V2 would probably be, because it has the harpoon and the bolster lock, you know. Doesn't have studs, though. So the Stout V2 has a harpoon, and it's a sheep's foot, and it has a bolster lock. So I would say that's probably the closest. It also has a little bit of tall boy, maybe, because of the stud thing, but I don't know. I don't see the newest one on there, so I can't really show you guys that one. I can see if... Does he have it anywhere else? His sold out models, Zorn. I don't know. This isn't the one I saw. I saw something else that I thought looked awesome. I don't know which one. Was it the Kelpie? I don't think so, though. I swear I saw a sheep's foot one that looked really cool. This is the one you guys are saying was awesome. It does look cool, but not my blade shape. You know what I mean? I like the milling pattern, though. I thought there was one he had a prototype going around on right now. Like, I swear he was sending it around to people that looked really cool, but I don't think it was any of those. How did your kid like the plastic knives? Yeah, she liked them. She's been playing with them around the house. I can't find them. Found one of them on the kitchen counter the other day. But, yeah, they're probably all in the couch cushions at this point. I don't know. Maybe I liked them more than she did, you know? The Zorn has amazing DLC Tesseract milling and a hollow grind from Kubi. Sick. The Zorn. So that knife is from Kubi? It was like $320. Let's see. I want Timascus door handles on my vehicle. You're going to put Timascus door handles on your hoopty? I'm just kidding. I don't know what you drive. Be prepared to get an email. Yep. Hey, Kelly, I'd rather get it now than afterwards when there's none left, you know? On the edge, what up, man? Where's my giant boy? They're all gone, sir. But you'll see more. They should be at TPK. So here's a look at the sizes. So here is the small boy on top and the tall boy on the bottom, just so you can see the size. And then here is the big boy. So you have a 3-inch blade, 7 inches overall. You have a 3.5-inch blade, 8 inches overall. And then you have a 4-inch blade, 9 inches overall. So 7 inches, 9 inches. So this one will be the next one that we do in the series. So we have the small boy dropping, and we have the Growler V3 coming up. And then we're going to order the Mash V3, and we're going to order the Nip V2. And then this one will be next after the Nip V2. So sometime probably next year, early next year, hopefully, this guy will be available. Let me know if you guys are interested in this. Would you buy a 9-inch version of the tall boy? Again, this one I think is very reasonable. I could have sold a shit ton of these at Blade Show. Everybody wanted this prototype. Somehow I kept it from being sold because I really needed it as a reference. But I absolutely love this size. It is an inch bigger than the tall boy. You can see the difference right there. Might even be more than that, right? 3.5. So it has, wait, what? So it's 3.5-inch blade here. This is a small boy, right? Yeah, okay. I was going to say, that was 2 inches. Here you go. That's a tall boy. It's an inch bigger. 1/2 inch on the blade, 1/2 inch on the handle. So, but it just, I don't know, the larger studs, the larger collars, it just works on this knife. Like I said, this one you can scale up. We didn't have to change proportions much. It just worked. Sized up, fits the hand really well. Just absolutely love it. And then I love this version too, the Blurple. So I do think, just so you guys get fair warning, we might still do the Wakanda and the Purple Nurple, but you might see the Wakanda get replaced with the Blurple Nurple. Just because, man, I really love the Blurple with the Damtanium. I just think this looks sick, man. I still love the purple camo and the purple accents on here. But this just does something for me. I don't know. Anyway, that's the big boy. See that one in the future. And then the Mega is even bigger than that. That's the one I was saying will be a TPK exclusive. Bob Tism says, hey, man, I really appreciate you swapping out parts for my numbered DLC saloon when I had issues. You're the man. Yeah, dude, of course. Always happy to help a Divo customer. You and Urban EDC made shit right, and I appreciate it. Were you the one? Oh, you had an issue. Okay, we had one guy who had a saloon where he got one and it had the wrong scale on it. One of the scales was a blade binge scale. The other side had the Sagaha on it. It was kind of funny. I want to see. Doesn't everyone? You're talking about the different small boys? Yeah. I don't know. Are you talking to me or are you having a conversation with somebody? Oh, let's see. Are you going to Blade West? No, I don't have plans to go to Blade West. We'll probably start doing it again in a year or so once kids are a little older. But Colin has a newborn. I have young kids. It's just very difficult. What about the pimped out Divo bender? I haven't forgotten that. I'd like one. So yeah, the bender actually we licensed to Remet. I can't remember if we did a fancy version. I think we might have tried to do a fancy one. I can't remember now. But I think I did pitch like Damasteel and Zerkutai. I don't know if they did it, but I don't remember now, honestly. But yeah, they have the benders almost done. So that'll be a Remet knife. But it's our design. We dialed in the prototypes because we actually had them prototype it as an OEM first, and then we licensed it. We've done that a few times, actually. When are you making a wide boy? Probably never, man. I won't say never, but it's probably not happening. Have you guys seen the I wish I had thought of it instead of big boy. Taller boy. Have you seen the commercial for the Coors? Coors has they took a tall boy Coors can and they stretched it out to 3 times the size of a tall boy, and they call it the taller boy. And it has Coors written on it, like it's for the World Cup. You know how they say, go Coors. Anyway, there's a commercial and they call it the taller boy. It's kind of funny. A couple of people sent it to me. Skipping. Hey guys. Hey everybody. Hey Matt, Angelo, Jim Cox. If I missed anybody, let me know. They offered the Zorn in both American and Japanese Tonto. Cool. One Track Mind is the Kelpie. Okay. I didn't remember it having a drop point like that. Isn't it one I just looked at with a drop point? I don't know. Anyway, cool. Good stuff. I hear a lot of people being excited about it. Zorn is Riot. That makes a lot more sense. That's what I would have thought. Somebody said Kubi, right? It's Riot made, not Kubi. Okay, I didn't say Kubi. Somebody else said Kubi, right? All right. Yo, whoever it was, give them shit. Don't give me shit, dude. I just read the comment, all right? That's why I questioned it. And that's exactly why we are moving the Nitro over to Riot. Because I don't want to sell a $300+ Kubi, unless obviously it has Zerkutai and shit on it, to where the price point makes more sense. Like on the Urban Cutlery exclusives, where he does all DLC polish and then Zerkutai, and it's like $300. That's fair. But I don't want to have a baseline $320, $350 knife from Kubi. Will there be a non-camo carbon small boy? Yes, there's actually a few. I think I might show you guys here in a second. I'm just trying to catch up, and then I'll try to do that. Deadhead member for 2 months. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you, man. That's awesome. By the way, I guess we can knock out do a quick ad read. We'll call it an ad read. If you guys haven't checked out Drop Beacon, you should check them out. You can do a lot of cool stuff on their website. I'm gonna pull it up real quick and I'll show you. First, I'm going to show you our website because we updated it. If you haven't seen the new Divo website, check it out. There is actually a dealer page down here, our retail partners. So you can see all the dealers we work with. I think Colin got most of them on there. He needs to add a couple, but I think that's cool because a lot of people will go to our website, see that nothing's in stock, and then email us. And, you know, some people honestly get angry. And then they get really pissed at me for not having stock. And I just try to tell people to check out our dealers because there are Divos available. Like, look, DLT has a saloon, it looks like. Boom. Purple Nurple Saloon available at DLT. All right. So anyway, you can check that out through our website and the retail partner page or authorized dealers. What was I going to do? I was going to go to EDC for me to show you guys real quick. This website is awesome. Looks like right now they have a zirconium crispy stick mystery box giveaway. So I am actually going to team up. Divo Knives is going to team up with Drop Beacon to give away a SmallBoy to help promote the drop. That'll probably, again, be on the 26th at 1 p.m. At all the dealers and our website, at least all the dealers that want to participate on that drop. None of them will be available before then, unless they were bought at Blade Show, like the ones that Blade City did on their Whatnot stream. That's fair game, but any knives we sell to dealers outside of Blade Show, none of those will drop until the 26th at 1 p.m. But anyway, we're going to do a giveaway with Drop Beacon. So keep your eye out for that. But they have this giveaway going. Usually they're free. You don't have to, you don't have to pay for anything to sign up or whatever. It looks pretty cool, actually. So you can enter right here. Just go to the Drop Beacon website. I have a link up in the corner. I think it's on this side. You can scan that QR code and get in on the giveaway. But they have a page for drops. So, all new knives that have released on all the websites that they are linked into. So it's a bunch of websites. I've tried to connect him with different dealers. So you can see here, he added White Mountain Knives. I got him in contact with Justin over there. I'm trying to get him hooked up with Blade HQ and a couple other ones. So hopefully those will get added. But he's got drops. There's a secondary market, so you can look up pricing and stuff on secondary. You can actually, if you have a pro membership, which you get for free if you use my link, it's in the description, or it might actually be tagged through that QR code. You get a free pro membership for a year. And then you get access to post stuff for sale on the secondary market. And you can search for items. It'll search Reddit, eBay, all at once, which is kind of nice. There's a giveaway tool on here. There's just a bunch of cool stuff. So check it out. That is edcforme.com or Drop Beacon. I'm a big fan. Matt is trying to build something really cool and trying to support that. Somebody says, what about Jim Skelton? Are we talking about gay people again, or what's going on here? What about Jim Skelton? I don't know. What about him? Is he going to Blade West? I don't know. Like, what are you asking? I'm sorry. I might have, I just don't know what conversation we were having there. Other than, who's gay, because Jim is definitely gay. Tallest boy, for sure. Leader of cola. If you have hiccups, take a shot of apple cider vinegar. I've never heard that one. So I'll tell you the thing that works for me every single time when I have the hiccups. Just grab a spoon, a big spoon. Don't be a pussy. Grab a big spoon, stab that sucker into the peanut butter, get a nice glob of peanut butter, and just, gobble that shit down. You will not be able to eat it that quickly. And because it's peanut butter, it gets all like tacky and stuck in your throat and your mouth, and it basically cuts off the air in your throat or whatever, and it prevents you from hiccuping, I think. And then after, it takes you like 30 seconds, a minute to get that big glob of peanut butter chewed and down. By then, the hiccups are gone. There's very rare occasions where I have to do a second spoonful. And it's usually because, I didn't do a big enough one the first time. So peanut butter has worked really well for me on hiccups. I used to hold my breath, so I would just kind of go like this. I just keep trying to hold more and more air instead of just going and trying to hold it, which you kind of just sit there and eventually the hiccup comes. You got to kind of like take little breaths in. Even if you let a little bit out your nose randomly, like it doesn't matter. You're not doing a competition. And I just try to like hold it like that as long as I can. And usually after a minute or two, I'll like have to exhale and that'll clear it out. I won't have the hiccups anymore. But the peanut butter has been a more surefire way to get it. So anyway. Speaking of which, if anybody's looking for a Surefire X300, hit your boy up. I have a couple that I would let go of for a decent price. If you know how expensive those are, they're usually like $350, and I'd probably sell them for like $2. But yeah, anyway, I got a really nice light from Charles Wiggins. CWF flashlights. A custom flashlight maker made a weapon light, which is so nice. So I installed it on my Staccato, and it still fits all my holsters, which is awesome. So anyway, I have a couple of extra. I already had one spare X300. Now I have two, and they're pretty expensive, which is kind of silly to just have a couple of those sitting in a drawer, I also have that Olight one, the new one. So if anybody's looking for that kind of stuff, hit me up. Level On Up. He's been a member for 6 months. Shout out to you, dude. If you guys didn't know, Level On Up is the guy who helped us name the saloon. Yeah, TPK is clearing out some old inventory, and he has saloons, it looks like, for $165. That's insane, dude. And yeah, I think, are they 80s, or are they the ones that weren't 80s but they look like they're the watermelon sugar ones? So on the saloons, Camo Carbon didn't do a very good job on the 80s. And it looks like watermelon sugar on like, it was like 60 out of the 100 saloons that TPK had. They actually kind of listed them separately as watermelon sugar, essentially. That's why they're a little cheaper. And then now he's got a sale on it, so it's even cheaper. Great knife, and they still look good. It's just not 80s. So, yeah, that was a bummer on that. I feel bad about it too, because, but anyway, the so far at least the small boys look way better. Looks like Camo Carbon kind of got their shit together, except for one. They always mess up one color. So last time it was the 80s. They didn't get all the colors in. And this time it's the Shipwreck. You just don't even see the bronze. Southern Cali says, because Jim was definitely gay. Laugh my answer. See? You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's just repeating me. Never mind. Kev trying to kill people with peanut allergies. Yeah, well, hopefully if you have peanut allergies, you're not going to do it. You're going to use, your gay-ass almond butter or whatever it is. Yeah, I wouldn't even eat it. When I get the hiccups, I just calmly remind myself I am not a fish, and it works every time. Shit, I never tried that, dude. That's genius. That is genius. Can you share a link for the giveaway? Are you talking about the giveaway on Drop Beacon? Is that what you're talking about? You got to go to the link up in the corner. There's a QR code. See that? Scan that sucker, and it'll take you to Drop Beacon, and you'll see a banner right at the top for the giveaway. I can put the link to EDC for me in the chat as well. This link will get you the free pro membership. It's in the chat now. Especially if you have a peanut allergy. Anaphylactic shock closing your throat will stop the hiccup. That's true. See? I'm just trying to help people out here. I'm looking for a giant boy, sir. No, we don't have a giant boy. I don't know. What do you want to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Want to know why Knives says givey? Givey what? You going to give me? What are you giving me? What are you giving me? I don't know what he's giving me. What is he saying? He wants to give me something? I'm just hanging. Oh, okay. You're just hanging. I don't know. Sounded like you were saying you wanted to give me something. You're trying to give away something? He's got something to give away, I think. That's what he's saying. I don't know. You guys ask him what he's giving away. I'm confused. I'm very confused right now. Southern Cali EDC. Hey, Kev, have you ever shot a Walther PDP? I have the full-size match version. It's super sick. No, I haven't, actually. I have, this is going to be weird, but like the VP9 and the PDP and the PPQ and whatever, they have like really high bore axis, and I just don't like how that feels, like the way I present the gun. I just don't like a high bore axis. I like a low bore axis. Yeah. So I don't know if I'd like it, but I have heard it's really good, so potentially. But after shooting the Staccato I have, it's like I can't, it's kind of hard to go back to a polymer gun and expect to like it. kind of ruins guns for you, honestly. Yeah, they came out watermelon sugar, basically. Yeah, exactly. Thanks for the shout out. Saloon is so good. Stoked to help come up with that name. Hell yeah, man. We appreciate it. Yes, sir. Google that. I'm not a fish thing. No, I'm not going to Google it because it's going to say, ha ha, retard. I found this on the web for that I'm not a fish thing. Check it out. What the fuck was that, dude? Where did that come from? Who's talking? Dude, that was really weird because my phone's right here, and I don't think that was my phone. I don't know what the hell that was, dude. Stop it. I didn't know there was a giveaway. Still confused, dude, because there isn't a giveaway. There's a giveaway on that website if you want to go. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. Go to the website. It's Drop Beacon. There's a link right up here. Scan that QR code. You'll get a free pro membership too, dude. Free stuff, huh? Yeah, it might be what you're looking for. Terry, just for you, I will do that. Let's see. I am not a fish. Can we stop with the fish thing? 5 months. What up, Left and community? What up, dog? Rolf. Hell yeah, Rolf. Rolf McRolferson. Rolfie. I have a similar thing with Glocks. Can't deal with that grip angle. Oh my God, it's terrible, dude. It's so bad, dude. It really is. It's bad. Yo, why are you calling me brown sugar? It's kind of weird. Kind of weird, man. Oh, never mind. There's somebody with the name Brown Sugar. I thought they were calling me Brown Sugar. I was like, I feel like the studio lights make it obvious. Maybe the peeling sunburned skin is a dead giveaway. I have the steel frame. I can guarantee you'd like it. I don't know, man. That's guaranteeing that shit? That's pretty crazy, man. I'm just saying. He's trying to reverse psychology you out of a knife, Kev. Yeah, it's not working. It's not working. I know what's happening here. The Maroni. For hiccups, I put a belt around my neck. And yeah, okay. Be careful there. Did you switch accounts just to say that? In case YouTube tried to get you? Hey, look at that, guys. I caught up. All right. So, I'm not going to read this one, but you guys can if you want. And you guys are silly. So it takes you to the 1-year membership thing because you have to sign up to get in the giveaway, right? So it gets you in, and then all you got to do is go to the homepage or whatever. They show that. I mean, the giveaway is bannered and plastered everywhere. You're not going to miss it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So anyway, you guys want to see? I'll show you guys the knives, all right? So obviously, we have the purple nurple, purple accents, purple camo, belt satin hardware. This will be $229. It will be available on our website, divoknives.com. There are a couple of smaller dealers that pick some up that will probably drop the same day. So I'm sure they'll promote it and all that stuff, but that one's directly through us. Then we have the Jack Sparrow, which has black pearl camo carbon, a belt satin S90V blade as well, all satin hardware, satin accents. That one is also $229 and available on our website. Then we have, do I have another one? I don't know if I have another one. We have the Wakanda Forever. You just have to picture this with purple accents. Sorry, I don't have a fresh one without the Zircotai on it. So you're not going to get the Zircotai for the regular price. You're going to have to buy a kit. But anyway, Wakanda Forever is going to be purple camo, DLC, belt satin, S90V, all DLC hardware, and then purple titanium accents instead of the Zircotai you see here. That one is $249 because it has the DLC everywhere except for the camo carbon. All right. Real quick, I'll show you guys the boxes. They're all unique. So this is the purple nurple box. Our tagline for the knife is SmallBoy. It's actually very average. Okay, it's actually very average. The Jack Sparrow has a black and white box. The Wakanda Forever has a black and purple and white box. All right. So now we get into the dealer exclusives. Oh, this is the crystallized tie in purple. You can't really tell through the Ziploc. Maybe that's what the dude from Kung Fu was doing, was just trying to get rid of hiccups. I don't know, man. It's possible. It's possible. It's probably what you know, now that I think about it, guys, that's probably what Jeffrey Epstein was doing. He was in his prison cell and he was like, he had the hiccups and he wanted to get rid of the hiccups. So he just took a sheet. Right, he took a sheet from his bed because that's all he had. He was in prison, and he wrapped it around his neck and tied it up to the rafter or whatever the fuck. And he was trying to get rid of the hiccups, and then he probably like just slipped or something. And well, he got rid of the hiccups. He doesn't have the hiccups anymore, does he? Anyway, this is the White Mountain Knives version. So you can see on the dealer exclusives, we put their logo up here so that you can see that. You got the dealer logo, and then we try to color match them as well. And this one has stonewashed titanium with the radial pattern. So it has the tall boy radial pattern, all stonewashed with blue titanium accents. Blue titanium clip, collars, backspacer, and studs. The studs are like a little bit darker blue on these. I kind of wish they had been exactly the same blue, but you know, it's close enough if I'm nitpicking though. And that has the stonewash. So that is the White Mountain Knives version. I might put these back in the box. I don't know. You guys are going to ask questions and then, yeah, I don't know. I'll figure this out. The next one, these are the ones from Urban Cutlery. So you have two boxes. They're very similar. One just says, or no, they both say milled, right? One just says Zircuti accents here, and the other one does not. So these have DLC polished hardware and blade. And then this one has Zircuti accents, and this one has all DLC polish. So I'll show you. Kev, that's almost as terrible as the story they want us to believe. Still living out of a hotel, Paul. I went from Blade Show to a conference for work. Finally, will be in my own bed tomorrow night. Oh, well, that sucks, sir. But that's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. So here it is. This is the Urban Cutlery version. You have DLC polish. You have Bead Blast titanium with the radial milling on it. And then you have all DLC polished accents. The blade is DLC polished. These are M390. So on the Urban Cutlery versions, they're M390 because Kubi cannot do the polish on S90V. DLC polished studs, DLC polished lock bar, DLC polished clip, DLC polished backspacer, DLC polished pivot, and collars. And blade, of course. These are sick. And these will be $249. This one will be $219 because it has a stone wash. So there's no, we don't have an additional cost for any of the finishes. So that one's $219. Now this one, I believe he has at $299, I think. He sells these for $299. It has the same exact construction, except it has zircuti on the studs, the collars, the back spacer, and the pocket clip. So this one is all DLC polish with zircuti accents. And it cost, I think, $50 more. I think. So instead of paying $250 for this one and then adding a kit in zircuti for another $90, which I think would make it $330. I think these are $299. Maybe they're like $325. I don't know. I forget exactly what he prices it at, but it's less. It's less than if you bought the parts separately. That's the kind of the idea. So anyway, those are the DLC polish ones from Urban Cutlery. Very nice. I'm a big fan of those. Then we have Blade City. So let's see if I missed anything. Sometimes I think, screw it. I'm just going to start carrying all or at least most of my knives. Not the real queens, but like my tall boy, I should carry and use that. Yeah, dude, you should 100% be carrying your tall boy. That's not a safe queen. I wish I could go back and relive some of those old road trips. I miss them. Let's see, digging that one. Hit up Kathy for any of your leather work needs. She did a holster for me for my Woobin X1 Pro. Nice, dude. DLC with Zerk looks straight fire. Yeah, it's dope. Those polished DLC look amazing. All right, so this is the first and probably my favorite. This could be my favorite version out of all of them. This is the first Blade City exclusive. They did 3. And this one has Hulk camo carbon. Let me put this box away. Oh, yeah, dude. I think they made one little mistake on this. It's not a big deal, but I'll tell you in a second. Look at that, dude. Purple and green with the purple accents. Purple backspacer. And then you have a black wash blade. And personally, I wish they had done a purple clip. But they wanted a black wash clip to match the blade. But then again, there is a lot of color on this, so maybe it's a good contrast, you know? But you could always pick up a purple clip and throw it on there. You know, again, 20 of the purple kits. We also have the purple crystal tie. That would probably look good on this. And I think we have some purple left over from previous stuff too. This, by the way, just so you guys know, the small boy will take tall boy clips. I think it even takes the collars. But don't hold me to that. But I think the tall boy and the small boy have the same pivot and collars. So I'm pretty sure you can swap the collars and the clips. I know you can swap the clips because we try to make them all the same now. They're a little bit shorter on the small boy, but you could put a tall boy clip on it. You'll barely notice the difference. It's just a little longer. So if you had a purple clip or something from your tall boy, you had an extra set or whatever, you could throw that on. But I do think that would be an extra little pop of color. Personally, maybe I should stop saying that because they're going to be like, what the hell, dude? Trying to sell kits. No, I'm just kidding. So, okay, here's the one. This one is the Shipwreck. Now, this one is the one where camo carbon is to blame on the material. There is a saving grace, though. I'll show you that, where you'll see it pretty much immediately. But this is supposed to be Shipwreck. So it's Tiffany or Brittany blue, and then it has bronze or copper in the carbon. But unfortunately, camo carbon must have left the copper paint or whatever on the shelf, because this just looks like Brittany. I can't even see copper in it. It's really bad, honestly. But luckily, I told them to put copper accents on it. So it has a copper backspacer and copper pivot collars, which I think helps a lot. So this one has a black wash blade and hardware as well, black wash clip. If they had not done the copper, it would basically be a dark mode, and I would feel really bad. But I talked to Blade Binge about it, and I mean, we ordered Shipwreck. We basically got you can see a little bit of the copper, like really faintly, but man, yeah, it's just. But the knife still looks great. It's just if you're expecting Shipwreck, but still dope. Very cool. That is the copper and black wash Shipwreck. I like titanium. Well, I got one more titanium one for you, and I got one that's not camo carbon, but not titanium. Well, there actually is a dark mode. Where the hell is that? Oh, I don't have it. Colin sent it to me, though. I'll have it soon. I should have waited till I got that. But this one is from TPK. And so Austin, he did two versions, but they're very similar. They're all 80s camo carbon, but one has the milling on it and one doesn't. Because some people like the radial milling on the carbon and some don't. So he did like a batch of each, which I think is kind of interesting. So this one is 80s camo carbon. And it has no milling on it. So you can see there's no milling. It's just like all the other carbons, no milling. And then it's all satin and belt satin blade. Very nice. So far, I have not come across one that did not have a nice pop to it on the detent. So that's the 80s TPK version. And then this one is the same, but it has the milling on it. So you can see it has a little thing that says milled on it. Show you here. You guys tell me which one you like better. I personally like it without the milling. That's why we removed it after the first batch. But here you go. So 80s camo carbon with radial milling. I'll show you the difference. So you can see the bottom one has no milling on it, and the top one has the radial patterned milling. But otherwise is the same. So you can see them there. I mean, I like both, but if I was going to pick one, I would pick the non-milled. So that's the TPK ones. Then I have one, the last one from Blade City. This one's kind of similar to the TPK, just a different colorway. So it's Miami Vice with belt satin and all satin accents. So it's just pink and blue. Miami Vice, camo carbon, no milling on the carbon, and then belt satin and all satin. So if you're a belt satin guy, you got lots of options. You got 80s, you got Miami Vice, and you got purple, and you got Jack Sparrow or Black Pearl. How many iterations? There's 14, dude. There's 14 versions of the SmallBoy. Told you it was a shit ton, man. So that's Blade City. Yeah, anybody who collects every version, which we do actually have. We have some Divo collectors that want every one. This is going to hurt a little bit. All right, so here's the last two. There is a dark mode version. They did a really cool version. So it looks like this, except it's all black here. So no copper, just black accents. And then they did DLC belt satin, and I believe everything else is DLC. So that dark mode one is really nice. DLC with the DLC belt satin. All right, these last two are from DLT. So this is a new dealer for us on exclusives. This is our first time doing exclusives with DLT. So we have two versions. If you guys know DLT, they like bronze. Black and bronze is their thing. This one is denim micarta. So this is the one that's a little different. So we actually bought the micarta material from a company called Current Ink. They make a sick denim micarta. It's the same micarta that Riot uses. So if you guys have seen the Lush or the Pony Stout V2 with the denim, that is Current Ink denim micarta. So I asked Riot where they got it. They told me that. I talked to some other people, and they said, you know, it's the best denim micarta. It's USA made denim micarta. So we bought, what do they call it? A master sheet. We bought a master sheet of the denim micarta, and then we got it cut up into 12 by 12 sheets. And I have them in the basement, and I shipped off the material to Kubi. So just so you guys know, it's just like camo carbon where we have them make it, ship it over there. It's USA made material. And I absolutely love denim micarta. And this has bronze titanium accents and an acid washed blade. We have bronze studs, bronze clip, bronze backspacer, bronze collars, dark wash on the hardware, dark wash titanium on the hardware, and then again, acid wash on the blade. I think it's a, oh, there it goes. I thought it squeaked. Got a little squeak to it. Nope, it's almost gone already. Just got to break her in. I really like this version. If you guys don't know, I'm a big fan of denim and acid wash. It's been one of my favorite combos the last year or so. How much for this one? This one would be $219. So this one and I believe this one are the only versions that are 219. Actually, no, I think the shipwreck one is 2. I think this one is 2. This one is 219. Actually, all the Blade City? No, the Miami Vice is 229. This one would be 219 as well, I believe, because there's no belt satin. It's PVD. So that's like the baseline price is 219. And then depending if there's like a belt satin, a DLC belt satin, just DLC, etc., Zircuti, DLC polish, the price goes up a little bit. So, yeah. Anyway. Very nice. And then the last one, this is one of my favorites. This will be the last one, guys. Again, I didn't get to show you the dark mode, but I'll show it to you another time. That would make 14. This one makes 13. And let's see if it came out as nice as I'm hoping. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And this one's going to be a great blank canvas, I think, for people. So this one has all DLC and then bronze titanium accents again. So you're going to have bronze tie stud, bronze tie collar, bronze tie backspacer, bronze tie pocket clip, and then everything else, the handle, the hardware, the blade is all DLC coated goodness. And this is what I would call a standard DLC. So I think I got to double check. I think this one would be $239. It may be $249 because the handle and like literally everything is DLC. But I got to check what I charge them and go from there. But I think it's $239, and it's just gorgeous. The lighting doesn't do it justice because it kind of, you know, it shines off of there, but the blade and the handle together just look amazing. And you could put literally any kit on this and it would look good. Like if you took this and you put the full Zircuti kit on it, you know, like I'm trying to, you know, that would look amazing if it was all Zircutied out. If you put blue, purple crystal tie on here, it's going to look amazing. If you put just purple titanium on here, amazing. Blue, amazing. I mean, you could change it over to dark wash or dark blast. You could go all DLC. You could put a DLC kit on it and just completely DLC this thing out. Like just the options are endless because of the full DLC choice that they made. So really, really nice. The other thing that we did a little bit differently this time is the lasering. So as you guys know, we don't really like billboarding at all. The only things you're going to see on our knives are if it's a Kubi OEM, you'll have our logo in the center there. If it's Riot, we don't do that because they mill it, so it's kind of nice. But we changed our logo, so we're probably going to get rid of that too. But then the steel is marked right under here. So S90V is marked right there. And that's usually all we do. But we did number all of these. So every one of these versions is numbered 0 out of however many of that version. So there's 50 of these. So this one here is 14 of 50. And we put the dealer's initials in there too, so you can kind of see it. On this one it says DLT 14 of 50. See that? So they're all numbered that way. This one is DLT 24 of 50. This one says BC, so Blade City, BC. This one's number 6 of 50. TPK, so you have TPK. Oh, this one's 100 of 100. 100 of 100. That's pretty cool. This one is slightly different, so it has its own numbering. This one's 37 of 100. Please do not ask the dealers to get you a certain number. That is a shit ton of work for somebody to hunt down a number. I think it's fun to just let it be random and you get the one you get. If it ends up being a special number to you, then it's like it was meant to be. But I really don't like it when people ask dealers or us to like hunt down a number. It isn't like you have to open every single box and check it. It's just crazy. So a lot of the dealers are probably going to say no, they won't do that. I don't know if I would begrudgingly do it just because I don't want to be a dick, but I'm kind of, I'm just saying, please don't. So this one's BC 30 of 50. This one is BC. This is my favorite, I think. 31 of 50. Man, I really love this version. I just want to put a purple clip on it, and I think it's money. Or even purple crystal tie would be cool. These say Urban Cutlery. They say UC. So this one's UC 48, I think, of 50. It's hard to laser Zircuitai. So you can't always see it on Zircuitai the best, but it is on there. The other one is 21 of 50, UC 21 of 50. This one says WMK 95 of 150. So he did 150. So 95 of 150. The Blade Binge ones would be out of 200. They ordered 200 of the same version. The Divo ones will be, each of them will be out of 100. This one I swapped to Zircuitai, so the numbering's gone. I kept the backspacer in the box. This one's 88 of 100, which is kind of cool. My birthday is 1988, or my birth year. So maybe I'll keep this one. It says Divo 88 of 100. So that way you'll know which dealer or which, if it's us, where your knife came from or who it's exclusive to. This one's Divo 42 of 100. So anyway, just to give you guys an idea there. Hopefully there's like one version that catches your eye, right? I'm hoping everybody has a version that catches their eye. There's so many versions and there's so many of the knives that, were obviously the idea was to make sure everybody who wanted one gets one, that it's not, we've had on the tall boy drops, we got a lot of shit because there weren't enough and people get upset because they couldn't get one and they've been trying to get one for, however long. And like, we get it. So we're trying to ramp up production numbers. And this is the first one where we were confident enough to do a really big order. And luckily, a bunch of the dealers wanted in on it. So that takes a little bit of the pressure off of us. But there's got to be something for everybody here, which is really cool. There's two. So just to give you a rundown, there's 4 titanium versions. No, 5? 4? No, 4. So there's the all DLC DLT version. There's the all Stonewash White Mountain Knives version. And then there's the 2 Urban Cutlery ones with the polished DLC and the bead blast tie. So you got 4 options if you're a DLC guy or a titanium guy. You have 1 option if you want something fancy right out of the gate. You don't want to buy a kit. You got 1 option right here from Urban Cutlery. Very nice, by the way. If you like the crazy camo carbon colors, you got the Hulk. You've got 2 versions of the 80s, one with and one without milling. So those are your kind of bright colors. You also have the Miami Vice. So you got 3 or 4 options there if you're a big color guy. If you're like me and you really like purple, you got 2 options. Really, you have 3. So you got the 2 from us, Purple Nurple, Wakanda. You got the DLC. I would also consider this a purple version. These are going to instantly disappear. So if you want this version, I suggest you contact Blade City or you just stock the drop when they do theirs. Because I think this is going to be the most popular one, is my guess, but we'll see. Let's say you like DLC. That's all you care about. You want DLC. You got tons of options. You got DLC polish on a couple versions. You got all DLC. You got the Wakanda, right? And then you'll have the Blade Binge option as well, which is dark mode. Looks sick. If you like something a little more, you know, whatever you call it, piratey. You want something piratey. You know, you're one of those gay guys who has pirate EDC in their name, or you're a captain or something. You got options, right? You got the Shipwreck with copper. You got the all DLC with bronze. You got the micarta. So if you're a user type guy, right? You got to use your shit type guy. You got micarta, denim micarta with all acid wash and dark wash and shit. And you have a all stone wash titanium with blue from White Mountain Knives. You could always pick up a stone wash accent kit, and then this one would be completely stone washed, and you could take it on your carpentry jobs. If you just want plain, you just want plain carbon fiber, you don't want colors and shit, boom, you got your monochrome right here. Okay, so you got monochrome here. If you like monochrome but you want fancy, you got this one with the DLC polish, everything. So those are your monochromes. I mean, I could keep going for like another 20 minutes. There's like, just depending on what you like, there's so many options. So I'm excited about it. That's the SmallBoy. Hopefully you guys are into it. DLT is dropping the micarta. DLT. Just ordered the Nomad Apple Watch titanium silicone band. Thanks, Kev. Oh, yeah, that thing's sick, dude. I've been wearing this one again because it's warmer now and we're going in the pool a lot. And this one obviously just makes more sense in the summer and in the pool and stuff. I just don't want to mess the other one up, really. But I really like that one. So I'm definitely just going to be going back and forth between this one and that other one. This is kind of my user, if you know what I mean. The Zergotine DLC is my favorite. Yeah, sick, dude. Yeah, it is pretty cool. The timer on the giveaway expired. Next time it is. There's a timer on the giveaway? Are you talking about the drop beacon one? What are we talking about now? It's right at the top, by the way. The crispy stick thing, it's still on there. It says 4 days, 18 hours, something. I just entered. Why not? They might have other giveaways. I don't know. I don't see any other ones, but I'm not sure how you get there. Community, maybe? Is there like a giveaway tab at the bottom? I'm not sure. That denim micarta. Yeah, I like the denim, man. You know, they were DLT was looking for another version to do, and I told them I would love to see a denim and acid wash. Like, we were going to do it ourselves, but I figured since they were looking for another version, why not, you know, pitch it to them. I just really love this denim micarta, and the fact that on this knife it's the whole handle. So like the other ones I have are the Pony and the Lush, and they're both inlaid, right? It's more on the Lush, but they're both inlaid. And you know, I love how they feel. They're lefties. I'm trying to get used to the lefty again. Love how it feels. By the way, I think this one's available. The denim micarta Pony V2 on White Mountain Knives. If you're right-handed, not lefty, but if you're right-handed, they have the denim one. I put a Zircotite clip on it because, you know, it's sick. But having it on the full handle is just sick, dude. It reminds me of, do you guys remember back in the day when Urban EDC first dropped the F5.5 and it was in micarta? That's kind of what it reminds me of, except for this. It just, man, you got to feel this micarta to understand, but it has an actual, like, feel. Like, you feel the fabric material. It doesn't just feel like a piece of, you know, ceramic. Like a lot of micarta, really, it's so processed that like it just feels like G10 or ceramic or something. It doesn't feel like a fibrous material, which is kind of what micarta is, right? And this, you feel that in the hand. So if you're an old school micarta fan, I think this one will really do well for you. Yeah, it just fits the hand extremely well, man. I'm really excited about it, actually. Yeah, they all just pop too. Every single one of those knives I just unboxed, I never looked at before. I just took one out of every dealer's boxes. And I mean, look at the action, right? Good action, dead centered. This one is the Shipwreck, dead centered. Excellent freaking detent. Great action. Here's a polished DLC. Perfectly centered. Freaking snaps, drops. The polished ones are going to be, the action's going to be sick right out of the box because it's literally running on polished DLC. Dude. Like right out of the friggin' box. These are all dialed the F in. Here's the White Mountain Knives. I'm just waiting for one to be a little off. Dead centered. Snappy. Like usually there's one knife, you know, you got to come across one that like doesn't drop when you hit the lock bar or doesn't shake close. It need, you know, it's stiff or something. Oh, here, this might be a C hair off centered. I don't know though. It's pretty damn close to perfect, actually. pops, drops, shakes closed, no problem. Miami Vice, dead centered, pop, drop, shake. Holy shit, dude. Other 80s, dead centered, snappy, drops, boom, two shaker. Everything DLC with bronze, dead nuts centered, dead nuts right out of the box, snappy. Oh my God. Again, smooth as butter because of the DLC. Here, maybe it'll be the Hulk, right? The one we all want. Nope. Perfect. Dead nuts. Snappy. It's fucking ridiculous, honestly. It's getting out of hand over here. I know that all the ones I have are money. Like I took this apart. I put skiffs in it. It's 5mm 3/64 skiffs. Absolute snapper. Drops. Nice click on the close. Literally, I just unboxed 14 of it, right? 13 of them. And I've unboxed and handled another 50 maybe, because every one we sold at the booth to a person, like it wasn't a dealer. Like Blade City bought a bunch and took them, but all the ones where you guys came by and bought one, we made sure that we checked them and the person checked them, and I always have people check the knife at the booth, because like you're literally there in person. You should make sure it doesn't have a little quirk that you don't like. You know how we all have our little quirks, like centering or sound or whatever. So I always have people check them. Didn't have a single person hand me one back or say anything. I didn't see an issue. So like, these are freaking dialed in. There was one knife the first night when I brought, I forget, I shipped them somewhere, or I did something with them, I forget. And I was checking the knives as I went. And there was one knife where, like, I might have wanted a little bit of a stronger detent personally, but I like it really, like, I like it stout. But usually for QC, I have a really good feel for the detent. And there was one that maybe I was like, like I could use a little more detent, but there's a lot of people that don't want a stronger detent. They want it to be easy to open, right? Like, I don't want it to be soft, but anyway, like that's like the only thing I could find, and that doesn't even count because I wouldn't have held it back. So I'm really happy with how they've come out so far. But we'll do the full QC on Saturday. I'm hoping we can check every knife, but we might end up having to do like 1 out of every 5. If we keep opening them and they're all good, it's just such a waste of time to check every single knife. And then you have to take it out and fondle every knife. So we'll see what happens, but point is, they're really dialed in. So I expect you guys to get good knives if you pick one up. I may wrap this up because it is 1:10 and I got to work tomorrow. 17 ball skips. I think it's 15. Is it 17 now? I think it's 15, dude. I'll double check though. I think I have some right here. These are 5mm 1/16. I swear I bought like a bunch of 5 mil 1. These are 5 mil 1/16, 5 mil 1/16. Come on, Kev. You know you bought some 5 mil 3/64. Did I screw up? These are 6 mil 3/64. I bought a bunch of those. Where are the 5 mils, dude? Uh-oh. Here's one. Nah, they're 15. 5 mil 3/64, 15 ball. Those are the ones you want to put in. I mean, unless he updated it and added 2 more balls, but it's already packed. So this is the one I would get if you're going to get skips for the small boy. And I believe Casey said they fit the Mach 71 as well. Yeah, I have 2 left. How do I only have 2 of those? That's crazy. Maybe I have more somewhere because that's like the most common size these days. Could be why I'm low on them again. These are all 5 mil 1/16 again. Oh, wait. Maybe this has more of 1/16, 1/16. Yeah, there's 3 in here. Okay. 3 more in there. So I still have 5 sets at least. Anyway, you guys don't care about my skiff collection right now. Shit. Shit. Let's see. What other questions? Any other questions before I wrap this up? Any top liner locks or button frame locks in the future? So, yeah, just not directly from us. We have the Mash button lock from Kaiser. So this is dropping in August, I believe. So it's our Mash design, but it has a compression button lock on it. They call it a button liner lock. It's really not. I guess it is, but it's, you know, it's a compression style liner lock. So, yeah, but that is dropping in August, they said. We're actually doing a version of that knife as well. This is the Mash V3 with our exposed liner lock. So it has our exposed liner lock from the tall boy. Small boy has it. Binge has it. But we're going to be ordering these shortly, probably after the small boy drop, assuming, you know, we make some money on the drop. And then we had the Vosteed nipple. This one dropped like a month ago or so. This one is a top liner lock. So hopefully they make more of these because it's really nice and people seem to love it. I freaking love it. This is one of my favorite knives ever. Carry the shit out of this thing. The hollow grind on it with the tall blade, just it's absolutely deadly. It's a slicing machine. And then we just talked to and licensed the full-size buzz to Geeone. So Geeone is going to do a full-size buzz button liner lock. And that should be really cool. I'm pretty excited about that. Geeone does cool stuff. Their button liner locks are really well done. And I think the buzz will look great with it. And we've been meaning to get back to the buzz. So that's coming in the near future. And it'll probably take a year or so, but it is coming. But I already have a mash. Yeah, but you need a new mash. Lots of updates, man. It's been like 2 or 3 years since we did a mash. Dude, that's a great way to explain those scales. Dr. Pepper. I love it. I've been trying to explain it like purpley bronzish. bronzish purple. Dr. Pepper is a good way to say it. Quirk. How about 1 millimeter window to pop open, no slow roll? What? Quirk. What was I talking about? I don't know. Sorry. Not sure exactly what you're saying. I do have one of these in. My buddy Nick gave me this at Blade Show. Numb knives. This has the pinch lock on it. This is his N7 cantilever. Very cool. Hollow ground. It's got kind of a sheep's footy tip on it, but it's got lots of belly. Very cool. And then, of course, it has the pinch lock, which is one of my favorite locks. And it does have a fuller, but it doesn't catch your finger as well as I would want it to. But you do have the studs, so you can just fire off the studs if you want. Cool thing on this is it is ambidextrous. You can just reverse the clip and you're good to go. And they did update the lock a little bit, so it does disengage a little bit sooner. So you don't have to pinch the button. You don't have to pinch the button all the way like into the subframe of the handle, where on the Cornerstone, still one of my favorite knives, by the way, on the Cornerstone, you have to kind of squeeze it into the handle a little bit to get it to drop, which I guess maybe is inherently safer, but it's not as fidgety. Now, I'm sure that he did something where this is still super safe that way, but it just is easier to disengage. And the cool thing about this lock is you can literally squeeze one side all the way in. As you can see, that is all the way in, and the blade is still completely locked up. So it does not disengage the blade until you actually squeeze both. Just the way it locks up onto the back of the blade, it has lockup on both sides. So yes, it is stronger with both down, but you can see here, you can actually see it there. See that in there? You'll see it pop up when I do this. See that? You can actually see the little detent ball there. So when I let go, you'll see that tab drop back in and lock up. So there's one of those on each side. See the bottom there is cleared. Cannot close it. See the top is cleared. Cannot close it. See both clear. Easily close it. Drops like a button lock. Absolutely sick. And then it has the dingus on it. I call this the dingus. I don't know. I still don't love it. It's kind of cool. I guess it gives you a little extra something to grab. But, you know, it's kind of a little pokey. So you wouldn't want to do that too many times. At least I wouldn't. I wish he had just put jimping all around it. I think that's what I told him to do, or get rid of it. But he kept it. He seems to like it the way it is. So, you know, whatever. It doesn't really get in the way of anything for me. Just kind of reminds me of the Teletubby on the Liang Ma Cuff V2. You guys remember that? The Teletubby? But very nice. Very nice. Yes, that is numbknives.com, Numb Knife Works. It's the N7 cantilever. I'll show you actually, and then I'm going to wrap this up. N7 cantilever. Let's see if it's on. Nope. Okay. Numb knives. There we go. So numb knife works. You can see here. I handled a bunch of prototypes at the show, which was cool. You can see they have some of them here, the N3 Fulcrum, the N4 Datum. I didn't really love either of these. I was a big fan of the, it has a Warney one, which I think a mini of that one is going to be absolutely disgusting. Let me see which one it is. Is it the red? Yeah, this one, the red line, the N6. Look at this thing, dude. Gorgeous. It's a little big for my taste, but yeah, it's like the size of a tall boy. I think, you know, it's 3.5-inch blade, but I bet you the handle is like 8 1/4, 8.5. Yeah, here, 8 1/4. It just has, you know, just one of those knives where the handle seems to be longer, and then it just feels pretty big overall. It feels bigger than a tall boy, but it still felt great. But if they do a 7.5 or a 7-inch version in the future, that's probably going to be my favorite numb knives knife. Obviously, it's got the Warney, just speaks to me, right? But the new one is the cantilever here. 3 1/4-inch blade, S90V, hollow ground, pinch lock. Just, yeah, very well done. Fat carbon. There's a bunch of versions you can see here. I have this one, the violet. Oops, the violet. But they have monochrome, Arctic, amethyst. That one's got crystal tie, molten, gilded, and they have the midnight with black micarta, which is cool. So something for everyone. Anyway, that's dropping soon, I think. Let's see. Cantilever. It says knife drops. Oh, yeah. When is that? Available at Blade Show. I don't know when the drop is. I think there is a drop coming up. I just don't know when. So, yeah. There you go, guys. That is that. Nick actually knows you call it the dingus. He told me. Yeah. Oh, of course he knows. Nick's a buddy. Colin and I actually helped him like when he first was developing the pinch lock. He did all the engineering. I'm not saying we helped design the lock. We just helped him with like feedback and stuff, and then kind of got him on his path. You know, starting the company, got him to, you know, to Riot, and I came up with the name for the pinch lock, which is obvious. An obvious name, I mean, just a good name for it. So we talk a lot. So Nick's a friend. So, you know, I'll call it a dingus right to his face. That's what it is to me. But he loves it, man. I think he was kind of, I think like Metal Complex or something really liked it on a prototype or something. And maybe that was, I think that's who he said, or I forget who it was. Somebody like very, you know, high up in the community really liked the dingus. And so I think that gave him the confidence to roll with it. So we'll see. Like I said, it doesn't really make a difference either way. It's not as in your face as the Teletubby on the Leon Ma one, you know, and it's not like people who really care couldn't just grind it off real quick. I certainly wouldn't have done it. I would have jimped it, but you know, he has his reason for it, and he knows what he's doing. He obviously has a good eye for stuff, and he's done a great job with numb knives. I'm really proud of Nick. Really happy for him too. So I hope the dingus does well. I'm rooting for the Dingus. July 2nd, Blade HQ, I think, for N7. There you go. I was going to say I should talk to Nick and make sure we're not looking at the same day for the drops, because we're doing the 26th. So that gives you guys a week to get paid so you can get a cantilever after you get a small boy the week before, right? And, you know, the week before that, you could pick up a Mach 71. So you guys, you know, you got some really cool stuff coming up. I'm just kidding. But seriously, buy all 3 of them, please. We need help. We need your money. All right. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm a little overwhelmed with all these small boys right here. Like, what am I going to, I got to put them all back in boxes, or what am I going to do? Just leave them there? I got to make videos on them eventually, but I was going to wait till I have that dark mode one. I don't want to mess these up. I guess I'll just have to play with the knives. You know, too bad. Too bad I got to fidget with knives. Shit. Oh, shit. All right. That's it, guys. I'm going to head out. Looks like you guys are tired, too. Comments have been pretty slow here. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And that's it. I'll catch you guys later. I'm not seeing any comments, so I'm just going to assume you guys are all asleep right now. That's what happens when you rant. Have a good rest of your night, Kev. Thanks. Yep, for sure, dude. Love you guys. Hope you have a great night. And, you know, don't be gay like some way. Peace.